Rob, what brands do you think are killing it right now? They're making great moves, they're seeing success, and you're excited about their direction.
Cartier.
Cartier?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me why.
Killing it. So there is a resurgence in smaller pieces, in slightly dressier pieces.
Sure.
Whether that's, whatever reason you want to go into, but I think a vast majority of people are looking at those kind of watches and finding like, hey, wait a second, there's history, there's precious metals, there's obviously a great design. It's been around for over 100 years.
There's a reason why, yeah.
Right? There's an actual reason why this watch is good.
They're not just a jeweler, right?
Right.
They're a legit watchmaking house.
Yes.
With over 100 years of incredible history.
It's so good. They're just about, in fact, they're probably the only watchmaker that gets away with some of the movement choices that they've done.
Oh, yeah.
And people
don't care.
People don't care. There are some exceptions here or there, right? This new dual time.
Some people care about
yes,
that.
But they'll still buy it.
Either they'll still buy it or they're not the target audience and they were never going to buy one, even if it was fully in-house.
Yes.
Right?
So there are some watches that they have in their model line where I'm like, okay, that's a little silly, like for what you're putting in there.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're still selling like hotcakes.
Or they just skeletonize a movement a little bit different from their previous in-house with a solid dial, but they decide to charge like 15 grand more or whatever, and
people
they still buy
are
them.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Because it's that strong of a design.
And brand.
Yeah. It has everything going for it that they're able, almost like Rolex-esque, like
People
we
know
are
Cartier.
so good, we're going to do what we want. Doesn't matter. Let's just do it. And so,
I can see it.
And you go down their list. I mean, all these different tank variations. They've splashed some colors in. They splashed some tech, with the solar. They've done the precious metals and the unique pieces that you see on Instagram or whatever.
I love Cartier, and I will be honest with you, I have an ongoing search to find a must XL on a bracelet at a decent price because I would absolutely love to rock that watch on a regular basis. Like, that's collection worthy for me.
Oh, totally.
In a time when the watch market's down.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
And I think another reason why they're doing so well is because they have that insane history to fall back on for their catalog and this and that. But then also for the collectors, they go, well, I'm not going to spend, say, 10 grand on this new one. Ooh, wait, I could get this used one for 3 or whatever. And there's an insane inventory.
Yeah.
Or you could even go down another tangent road of collecting through Cartier and search out like unique pieces that are super weird shapes and different things. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, I'm with you there. What do you think about this brand, Rob? I think, and maybe this is a predictable answer, but I think Longines is doing really good stuff right now. Like they've got the historic long-running name. They've always done well with their heritage collection, within the past 5 or 6 years. But it seems like lately, it's like whatever they come out with, it's solid. They're doing quick adjust clasps. They're doing in-house movements. In-house in the same way as
ETAs. They get an ability to because they sometimes get movements that Omega can't get. I'll give them an in-house pass.
But even recently with the Ultrachron, that was a high beat, super cool retro diver.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like whatever they're touching right now, they're doing really well. The new Hydro Conquest GMT, super solid.
Yep.
I mean,
they just, was it today or yesterday, came out with that 38 millimeter size now?
Yeah.
Again, smaller, like we talked about with Cartier.
Market trend.
And they want to maybe have some more female buyers maybe jump up, and do they don't want to do the 40 or whatever size, but they'll do a 38.
Yeah, I think Longines has a good idea of what the watch market wants and is willing to pay, and they're meeting that demand. I think they're going in a great direction.
I would easily agree with that and say 3,500 and under, they've got to be at the top of the list of people just consistently boom, boom, hit, boom, boom, hit, boom, boom, all the way up.
I've also heard from some collectors that they legit think that they're on the same competing field as Tudor. I don't know that I would go that far, but I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, if you have $3,500 to spend, you're probably buying a Tudor, I'm assuming.
Okay, so I'll give you early new release Tudor as far as like 2012 to say 2019.
That's what I mean. That's what, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So I'll give you a little bit of that. Yeah, I'll give you some wiggle room to say, like my OG Black Bay, rose dial, smiley, all that.
Yeah.
I'll give you, yes, you could put that on par with the Hydro Conquest and be like, ooh, I don't know, this bezel action's a little crisper on the Longines, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, my Black Bay is almost 10 years old and it's
Sure.
been beat and all that other, and it's still impressive. Now, having handled the new Black Bay, the monochrome,
Oh, you have?
oh yes.
How
So-
did we not talk about this already?
I thought I told you.
Okay, well, tell me
So
all
that'll
the
be an off-camera conversation. I have seen it at the AD.
Okay.
No joke. Not even close to Longines. It is visually impressive. Tactile.
Bezel, crown,
Yeah, everything is
lip.
impressive.
Okay.
I brought my Black Bay as a comparison because I wanted to see all the ways that it had gone through, right? From start to where it is now.
Thinner, fit,
It is
clasp.
night and day different to where my Black Bay is.
Interesting.
It is a true modern 5-digit sub.
Dang.
I have no idea why somebody would buy a no-date sub unless they just had to have the no-date sub, because you can buy that monochrome Tudor for half the price and get 90% of the sub.
I'm excited to see one in person.
It is unbelievably good.
Yeah.
So if you're giving me like the new stuff, the FXD and all these other things, I'm going to go
say-
Tudor. Yeah.
Longines still here. Tudor's still here.
Yes.
There.
But it's definitely closer than some may think
Yeah.
because Longines is that good. I routinely will have people, I shouldn't say have people, I routinely will tell people, sometimes unsolicited, how
You're like,
good,
"Get away from me,
yeah,
Bob."
like how good Longines is. Like when they're asking you like, hey, you know, what's a good watch? You know, I really want a nice like $1,000 watch or $1,500 watch or whatever. I routinely
Oh,
go
I
to
recommend
Longines.
them all the time.
All
yeah,
the time.
For that price. Yeah.
It is such a good watch.
Yeah. Is there another watch that you, or another brand or model that you think is just killing it right now?
So I've kind of thought about that, and you know, you could say the Tudors, you know, some of these others like,
Tudor's doing really well.
I mean whether it's again the Black Bay, the FXDs, the new Chrono, you know, I feel like that's too easy.
Well, they're also just focusing in on basically one design. Like Black Bay, Pelagos, that's about their bread and butter.
Yeah, anything with a snowflake, let's do it.
Yeah, anything else like Royal, Claire de Rose, you know, I mean, they haven't brought back the Monte Carlo yet. Ranger is like,
It's there.
it's there, but nobody's clamoring for them.
And you see those used prices go, I mean,
super.
half a retail.
Super enticing.
Yeah, but I mean they're definitely killing it in certain areas. Certain areas. As far as I think killing it, there's a few micros that are just so micro brands. Yeah, so micro brands I think are definitely growing, right? Because people are realizing just how fun it is.
Yeah.
It's a way to express yourself, oftentimes in a a more affordable realm, right?
Talk to the owner, you know.
Yes.
Go to whatever the show is that they do, and
Exactly.
yeah.
So, Studio Underdog.
Oh, I had no idea you were gonna go here.
All right. So,
All right.
somewhere off the beaten path, and I say they're killing it in almost a similar way to Tudor because it is limited, right? They don't have a huge product line,
No.
right? They literally have a product line,
Sure.
right? Just their chronograph. At least from what I guess no, they recently just came out with that time only.
Okay.
So I stand corrected. They don't have one model, but anytime you hear them mentioned in any review space, in any casual conversation,
People love them.
people love them. And I think it really does. It's a matter of playing off that fun. It's injecting fun into the hobby. It takes itself serious enough because it's mechanical, because it's finished decent. It's not like it's just a complete cash grab, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's colorful. It's got maybe a unique dial thing that on their chronograph, the big eye, or some sort of crazy transition color that nobody's really doing. So it's something like that. Or then they go with that new time-only release, and now they've got screws that are somewhat different, and they're polarizing. Some people hate the design, but it's something different. It's crazy luminescent. You know, there's some like rainbow-esque kind of lume and all that stuff. So you think about it, all positive. Anybody that touches that brand, and from what I saw, I can't remember, there was something that got released by the guy that runs the company. I think they sold like 4,000 chronographs during a window. That could be way wrong.
Well,
so somebody in the comments, let me know how off I am on that number. Maybe it was 400. I don't remember. But I remember being like,
seriously?
holy crap. So they had an open ordering window not that long ago for their chronographs, and they had a couple different colors. You could just go in and, if you ordered it between, this date and this date or whatever, you were guaranteed a watch. Not necessarily anytime soon, but you would get one.
still get one.
Right? They sold an insane amount. Maybe it was like 2,000. I mean, they are selling for a micro brand what I feel is an insane amount of watches.
Yeah.
And these are watches that have been also out for a number of years. How often do you see micro brands? They'll release something in 300 pieces and then it's done. And then they'll have to maybe find something similar or change the dial. These guys at Studio are still doing the same colors for the most part that they did years ago, and it's still selling.
That's wild to think about, though.
But you think about it, like we can go down all these different micro brands, and they'll do a run of 250, a run of 500, and then that's discontinued, Or Ming will do something and sell that out, and then change the dial, and then sell that out, but there's only so little, there's those little windows. This guy's pumping out the same dials. The same dials.
It's cool. And it kind of makes me, I don't know, maybe I'm just cynical, Rob, but it seems like there are far fewer brands, in my opinion, that are just killing it. They're really reading the room. They're coming out with exciting releases. I think all brands do it on occasion, but there are a few that do it consistently.
Yeah.
And I think, as a watch fan, I want to see more success. I want to be wowed. I want to see other brands. I want to talk great about brands because of the merit of what they're doing and not necessarily need to rip on them for being out of touch or whatever. So,
well, isn't it more fun to have good things to talk about?
Yeah.
To get things that you're excited about? Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to just have a conversation and bag on how bad something is or how overpriced something that is.
Easy to do.
Right, it's super easy. But it's way more fun to go like, I freaking want that watch.
Yeah.
I would totally buy that watch.
I think we're going to have to do another video where we talk about the specific models that garner the most excitement in you and me, because I don't think there are enough of them right now, at least of the specific watches.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
More,
I think that's fair. It's a definite, it's a smaller window than some of the bad.
Yeah. So in the comments, guys, let us know what brands, in your opinion, are just killing it, that are moving in a great direction, that you're very excited about. Maybe we'll talk about them in a future video. Whew, that one just died.
Dude, talk about time.